All right,
Welcome back.
my name is Tyrese Simon.
My name is Sergio Marquez.
All right, and this is the NFL topic. This is the NFL show. We talk everything, American football, as you will, and we get rid of our LA bias and our giant New York
Man.
bias, and we discuss NFL. How you doing, sir?
Good. You, man, how you been?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. This has been a great run of shows we've been doing, man.
Yeah, I'm proud of it, man. We've been doing a really good job. Actually, we haven't been doing it every week, but when we do it, we put out some really good content.
Yeah, I must agree. You know, this is pretty much our trial run. After this is the real thing.
It's the real thing. This is our preseason. Man.
This is our last preseason. Next week we start our official show. We got the show name already set. We got a set time when we're gonna do this thing, and it's gonna be a pretty
fun time.
Fun series.
Really fun time. So, Tyrese,
let's get to it.
Zeke.
Yeah, man.
You said you haven't heard anything, so I'm going to break it to you.
Sure.
Have you heard that over the weekend they were aggressively trying to get this contract done at all?
I've heard that.
So, yeah, over the weekend they were trying to get this done as fast as possible. And then supposedly Zeke came out and said that after the week discussion that they had, he said nothing has come out of it. They asked him what's keeping it. He said everything.
Yeah.
Now they're saying he's going to very close to sign a 6-year, $90 million contract. And they're trying to get it done within the next 24 hours so he could play this Sunday.
Which is crazy because if you go back a day ago, there was questions about him even playing the season so far.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of shows all that shit that Jerry Johnson, or whatever the hell his name was, Jerry World was saying, what Jerry World was saying, and that Zeke who and all that. Man, we all knew that they needed Zeke to actually compete this year. They were not doing this without Zeke, with just Prescott and Amari Cooper. This was not happening. Mind you, the defense is good, but they needed Zeke there. That was, that's their catalyst. That's the guy that's going to push them towards everything.
And I agree. I think Ezekiel Elliott is a special talent. If he is reportedly making $90 million, then he would become the highest paid running back in the league.
I don't know if he should be. Yeah. He definitely should be in the top 4, top 3 highest paid. Mm. But man, I don't know if you could give it to him over Gurley. I mean, granted, Zeke is a beast. I can't take nothing away from the guy. Like you said, as a Giants fan, I watched him in Ohio State. I was a big Ohio State fan. Watching him, he's a beast. The guy could freaking play the game.
Right.
He just there's not to say there's anything he does wrong, because he does everything that you require him to do as a running back pretty well. He's top 5, top 3 even. But I mean, I don't know. There's just something about him that tells you right now he shouldn't be the highest paid football player, the highest paid running back in my fault.
Well, I mean, let's look at the names of the highest paid running backs as it is right now. So you got Todd Gurley with $57 million. You got Le'Veon Bell, number 2, at $52 million. You got Devontae Freeman, $41 million. You got David Johnson, $39. Saquon Barkley, $31.1 million. Zeke is ranked number 9 in terms of highest paid at $24.9 million.
Zeke should definitely be under Gurley. I personally would have thought he would have probably got around the numbers around like Le'Veon. Maybe a little higher, maybe in that exact area, but to say over Gurley is a little preposterous to me.
Yeah, I agree, and I think he's no doubt should be top 3, highest paid running backs in the league, no doubt.
I completely agree.
It's hard to name 5 running backs better than Ezekiel Elliott.
Now, do you think this should affect how they approach Dak, or do you think they should still give Dak the money he's asking for?
You know what? That's something we talked about off air, between ourselves, and talking about the Cowboys and them have to pay up, their players at this point. We even talk about Amari Cooper.
They're gonna have to pay if they want to keep him, but that's the thing.
You know what I mean?
Cooper is a strange story though, because if you look at it, he had a great couple years in Oakland. He had a great year last year with the Cowboys, but he's also had years where you're just like, who is this guy? He disappears. He doesn't. There's really no consistency there. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they're gonna want to pay him because he's gonna ask for a lot of money.
Yeah,
it's obvious he's gonna ask for a lot of money. I don't think they'll give it to him, or they should give it to him. What I say.
Right. You know, it's interesting because the Cowboys, they have these great players, and Ezekiel Elliott is phenomenal. Dak Prescott, however you think about him, I think he's pretty damn good. You also got Amari Cooper, who you say is inconsistent, but yet when he shows up, looks great.
I agree.
When he shows up, he's legit.
You're absolutely right. But you also got to think of it too like this. They're going to eventually have to pay that defense because that defense has some players on it that could really play.
Yeah.
And if they're going to – that's a fast defense. That defense is scary fast. And they're going to want to keep that together. I don't know, obviously not everybody, but they're going to want to keep the core together.
Yeah.
They're going to have to pay them. Now, it comes down to – it really comes down to if they get the Zeke deal done and they're okay with it, how do they view Dak Prescott? That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, and you also gotta keep buying into that offensive line and making sure that's up to snuff as well.
I completely agree because that's another scary aspect of their team. That offensive line is just disgusting.
It's the core of their team when you think about it. The offensive line and how they protect Dak Prescott and how they've been protecting Ezekiel Elliott, that's been the core of how they've been winning games.
You're absolutely right. If they didn't have that, Dak would have been exposed more than I think he has been.
Yeah.
Absolutely
So I think obviously Ezekiel Elliott has to get his money. But I do believe that Dak Prescott is criminally underpaid at this point. Like, how can you not say that?
Because I think it's because of Zeke. I think he's considered where he's at ranked because of Zeke. I don't see anything about the guy that, and not even just speaking as a Giant fan, speaking as just a football fan, I don't see nothing about the guy that wows people where they're saying this guy could play. He doesn't have an extraordinary arm. He reads the defense okay. There's multiple times where you see he just blows the play up and throws it basically to the defender. And then how many times, mind you, yes, I understand this is part of the game. I understand that this is why having such a good running back on your team where you could just dump it off. But how many times has he done that? You never see him just throw a nice spiral right in the middle between double coverage, and you're like, wow, that's a great throw. Have you ever said that about Dak? I don't know.
Here's my thing. He's not the highest. He should be the highest paid quarterback in the league. No, but he should be. He should get paid. Maybe top 10. Maybe.
Where would you rank him? Where would you rank him then? If you were to
as quarterback?
As a quarterback.
We'll look at the numbers now. So let me read you the highest paid quarterbacks, and you tell me where he should be ranked. Okay.
Okay.
We'll go 1 through 10.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right. So Matt Ryan, 150 million.
He's not better than him.
Russell Wilson, 140 million.
Okay.
Jimmy Garoppolo, 137 million.
Okay.
Matthew Stafford, 135 million.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers, 134 million.
Okay, right out of the top 5, right there, he's only better than one. And honestly,
that's still in the top 10.
No, but that's because Jimmy Garoppolo shouldn't even be getting paid that much money.
I agree.
That's a fluke.
I agree.
That's a complete fluke. Garoppolo should not be getting paid, so I don't even consider that.
Matthew Stafford?
He's not better than Stafford. Absolutely. I'd take Stafford on my team over Dak any day. The guy could read a defense, and he has a cannon for an arm.
I don't know, man. I like Dak Prescott.
Okay, who's the other ones? Who's 6 through 10?
Okay, I'll keep going. Derek Carr.
Okay.
Derek Carr. No, sorry. Carson Wentz, number 6.
Okay.
And Derek Carr at number 7, 125 million. Cam Newton, 103 million. Andy Dalton, 96 million. Alex Smith, 94 million. Nick Foles, 88 million. Eli Manning, 84 million.
Okay, so that's
basically top 10.
Right there, okay. Andy Dalton, I'll say he's.
Thank you. Give me Andy Dalton at least.
I'll give you Andy Dalton and Derek Carr. Andy Dalton, I think he's about even. I could see the argument him being better. I could also see the argument people saying Dalton's better. It's they're about even. Derek Carr, I think he is better than Derek Carr. He's not better than Cam. He's not
Alex
better
Smith.
than Carr. I take Alex Smith. The guy's a proven winner. He's gone everywhere he's gone. He's won. He's gone when he was in the 49ers. He was a winner. He brought them to the AFC.
Okay.
When he was with the Chiefs, he was a winner there. It's unfortunate he got hurt with the Redskins. I wouldn't have been surprised if he competed for the division there too. I'm honestly, he's not better than Alex Smith. I would honestly, you could take Dak Prescott on your team. I'll take Alex Smith, and I would be extremely happy. I'll put money I would win that game.
Dude, at his age, and you gotta.
But the argument I have. But the argument I have for that is Alex Smith was never the type of player that he was going to out-throw you by 50 yards.
Yeah.
Or he's a game manager.
Right.
He finds a way to win.
Right.
That's the closest thing I could probably see Dak turning into, a game manager quarterback, where he's not going to blow you away with his arm. He has pretty good running, but for quarterbacks, that goes fast. He's not going to be doing that his whole career. He's going to eventually have to rely on his arm more. Now, he's probably going to have to get better at reading a defense. He's going to have to get a lot better. And obviously, he's still young. It's going to come with all the games he's going to play. But right now, I take Alex Smith.
By the way, Alex Smith is 35 right now.
I still take him. The guy's a game manager. Now, do I think Dak Prescott is going to be this bad? In my opinion, he's terrible. In my opinion, I see nothing about him that's good. I do see that he can improve. I see upside. I do. But right now, I'm not afraid of – like, when the Cowboys had Romo, I was furious. Because I knew that guy could, at any moment, drive down the field within a 2-minute span and get a touchdown and make it look easy. 2 minutes left in the quarter, and Dak Prescott – and then whatever team I'm cheering for is beating the Cowboys, and Dak Prescott's under center, I am not worried at all. I am not scared at all. I'm more scared Zeke's going to pull off a 90-yard run before Dak Prescott marches down the field and actually does something amazing.
No, you're right. I think Ezekiel Elliott is a big contributor to that team. I also think that Dak Prescott also adds to that team in a ways where he's led that team to get into the playoffs multiple times.
Yeah, and then do what?
He still leads to the playoffs.
So
and last season, those people talking about them actually going farther in the playoffs than they did.
Yeah, but it wasn't because of Dak. It was nothing to do with Dak. It had to do with that their defense was probably the best defense behind the Bears, and that's a fact.
And you also had Dak, who was consistent.
No, it was
enough
not.
to get you there.
No, it was not. Everyone, when you went to go face the Cowboys, you weren't even worried about the offense. You were worried about the fact that you had to find a way to score on that defense. Because that's what you were worried about. Dak Prescott and that offense came second, and it wasn't a close second. It was.
I agree.
So you right now, do you think Dak is replaceable in that system on the Cowboys? Do you think they could put another player and another quarterback, another decent quarterback, and not do the same thing?
You know what? That is fair. That is fair.
That's my whole argument.
That is fair. That is fair. However, you do still. I can't name anybody else outside the top 10 that are better than Dak Prescott that are listed.
Let me think.
It gets tough.
It does get tough. You're absolutely right.
It gets really tough.
Baker.
Still unproven.
Oh man, Baker.
Still unproven.
Baker, Kyler Murphy, Daniel Jones, man. Come on, put Daniel Jones up there.
Listen, I know you're a Cowboys hater, and you can't give any credit to him. However, you have to admit Dak Prescott, for what he has done for that team, has done a pretty damn good job.
Honestly,
you can't say Dak Prescott has lost the game the playoffs for his team, or you can't say that Dak Prescott is the reason why they're not going farther in the season. In fact, he's helping leading them to a playoff contention. Granted, their defense is also there, but it's also Dak and Ezekiel Elliott.
So, if 2 minutes left in the quarter, playoff game, are you winning? And when you win, you keep going. Are you confident with Dak Prescott understanding the league?
Yes.
I am absolutely
Yes, I am.
not.
I am.
What year did Dak Prescott come into the league? Do you know?
2016.
2016.
Yes. And mind you, no injuries whatsoever. Played every single
Okay,
game.
so look.
Consistency.
Besides the first season, which I'll give it to him, a very good season, 13-3. All right,
I got stats here.
he went 9-7 the next year. Not really impressive. That's mediocre.
Last year he came back strong though.
10-6 the year after. He came back strong. He got one more win.
I'm talking about his performance. You're talking about the standings that the Cowboys have?
No, their record, yeah.
No, I'm looking at performance wise.
Yes,
performance wise, he had a great first year, which people raved about. Not a good second year, and in the third year he improved.
You know what it is? I'm not confident if I need to win a game, he's not. I don't feel confident he's going to drive me down the field. To be completely honest,
he's done it, but he has done it. Like it's not like he hasn't done it before, and it's unproven. He's done it before. It's not like
okay.
I'm not saying he's.
Okay, look at it like this. He hasn't had a 4,000-yard season yet.
No.
It's not that amazing. He hasn't had one 4,000-yard season yet. His most touchdowns was 23, and that was in 2016, which was a good year. He had 22 touchdowns back-to-back years. He improved on his interception last year. Last year he had 8. In 2017 he had 13.
Read his yards.
Yards last year was 3,000. No, 2017 was 3,324, and then the year after last year was 3,885.
Oh, is that not improvement? Is that not him getting better? Is that not consistency?
Yeah, but what's 3,000? Anyone in football, any starting quarterback expect to get 3,000 yards. It's the good ones that get 4,000. He doesn't get 4,000.
Okay, are we in agreement? He should be paid like a starter quarterback. Should he be getting paid like a starter quarterback?
Yes, he should be getting paid like a starter quarterback. He should not be getting paid in the top 10. No.
Even though Andy Dalton is getting paid more than.
But see, I don't agree. Andy Dalton, I think he maybe should be getting paid around that. I don't agree with Garoppolo, and I don't agree with Carr. I think he should get paid more than them. But then again, I don't even think they should be getting paid that much in the first place to even do that. But you know,
let me just say this also. Jimmy Garoppolo is nowhere near the passing leaders in the NFL last season.
I was big on him too when they traded him to the Niners. I was huge. I thought Garoppolo was going to be the one that
didn't do anything. Dak Prescott is ranked number 15 in passing leaders last season, amongst other elite talent that are getting paid.
Yeah, but 15 starting as a starting quarterback, and there's only 30 teams, so he was middle of the pack. What's that say to you? That's not impressive. It's just a middle of the pack. Look, you want to hear the argument?
I'm going to list the names again.
Want to hear the argument? Eli Manning had more yards than him last year. Eli Manning, the guy is about to croak any minute now. He's going to take one hit, get up, and be done than he usually is.
You have bad feelings about Eli Manning. I think Eli Manning is still good.
No, I do too. I don't blame last year on Eli Manning at all, but Eli Manning's going to be 40 years old soon in, a year and a half? And he's throwing more yards than him?
Drew Brees is still doing the damn thing.
Yeah, but Drew Brees is still considered a top 4 quarterback. Don't even
is RG3 better than Dak Prescott?
No.
Okay.
I hate RG3.
He's getting paid more than Dak Prescott.
I don't agree with that. And RG3 is a backup. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. But we forget that RG3 has a longer career than Andrew Luck. So
is Matt Shaw better than Dak Prescott?
4 years ago, yeah. 4 years ago,
okay. He's getting paid more than Dak Prescott.
Where the hell is he playing? What team is he on? What?
Falcons.
Oh man.
Falcons.
Wow.
Let me give you this name, Colt McCoy.
Oh, Texas great. A Texas great.
Is he better than Dak Prescott?
No, absolutely not. And he's probably getting paid more, which is no. I agree. Prescott should be getting paid as a starter. Yes. I completely agree on that. Is he
top 10?
He's getting underpaid now. Yes, I agree with you on that. Is he top 10? No.
I just looked at the names of the top 10, and that top 10 is getting paid. No, you tell me he's not better than that?
No, a top 10 player, I'm saying. He's not a top 10 quarterback.
All right, Sergio. I gave you the names who's getting paid more. And he's still at a young age as well. He's not like a Drew Brees who's at the end of his career. So you can't put Drew Brees in that conversation as well as should be the highest paid right now.
Okay,
we may retire after the season.
I'll tell you 10 quarterbacks better than him that I truly think are.
Hold on. Also, criteria to that is who are going to be playing for the next couple of years. Go.
Playing the next couple of years? Okay.
Yes. At least 3 years. At least 3 more years.
All right. All right. Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins.
He's 34.
Matt Ryan's going to play for the next 3 years.
Okay. He'll be 37.
I wouldn't be. He's due for freaking how many yards? He threw for almost 5,000 yards last year, man.
Okay.
Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins, Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. That's 4. Goff, 5. Stafford, 6. Deshaun Watson, 7. Newton, 8. Russell Wilson, 9. Carson Wentz, 10.
Even though Carson Wentz is still. Me and you had a discussion before about Carson Wentz. We don't know if he can actually play a full season.
If you really want to kind of get close,
what was your name? I'm sorry.
Ben Roethlisberger. If he will play for 3 more years, but I think Roethlisberger's still a better quarterback. Depends on Brady too. There's a couple players like you said, Brady, Breeze, Roethlisberger. You don't know if they're playing for another 3 years.
Cam Newton.
I think Newton's better than him. Did I say Phillip Rivers?
No,
he's better than him.
I have Dak Prescott over Phillip Rivers going.
You have Dak Prescott over Phillip Rivers?
Yes, I do.
So the guy that took his team to what? The AFC division round, had a phenomenal year last year. Was it 13-3? Had an amazing year last year. You think Prescott's better than him? That's wild.
I think that. Well, look at the team that the Chargers have.
Do you understand that?
Look at the weapons that they have. Tell me.
Phillip Rivers threw for 500 more yards than him.
Look at the weapons that he
and 10 more touchdowns.
Hold on. Who is Dak Prescott throwing the ball to now?
Amari Cooper, man.
Yeah, you just for a trade in midseason.
Cole Beasley, guys, you can't.
In midseason.
Cole Beasley was not midseason.
No, I'm talking Amari Cooper.
Cooper midseason, yeah, but Cole Beasley was a little freaking sneaky fuck that he just finds holes in the defense left and right, and somehow no one can ever find him until he has the ball in his hand. So
he must have Melvin Gordon on the team
as a running back. The guy
he has a
Melvin Gordon couldn't catch the ball out the backfield if honestly his life depended on it.
He has elite players on the team as well.
Besides Keenan Allen, who?
Name me another player besides Dak and Zeke.
Amari Cooper, Cole Beasley.
We just talk about consistency. And Cole Miller. Cole Beasley
is one of the most consistent receivers in the league. Are you kidding me?
You would not give Dak Prescott his credit.
I just don't think. I don't see what you see in him that you think he's actually a top 10 quarterback.
Consistency. I see consistency. I appreciate that.
He could be consistently bad, so you appreciate that too.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Listen, I look at Dak Prescott, and I could never say, oh, he's going to be the guy to lose me a game. He's going to be the guy that's not going to lead me. Like he is Alex Smith in a way where he is consistent. He is consistent. And if his numbers show he's getting better and better and better with more weapons around him.
Okay, so he's a guy that's not going to. To me, Dak Prescott, like you say, he's like Alex Smith. He's not going to lose you the game.
No.
He's not going to win you the game either. That's my whole. And you can't put a guy like that in the top 10.
Over Andy Dalton.
Oh, I didn't even throw Andy Dalton into my top 10. I named you 10 quarterbacks, and the only one you said that is better than him is Phillip Rivers.
All right, let me just say this one more time. Andy Dalton is getting paid $96 million. Should Dak Prescott get $96 million?
No, but he probably will. I know. No, I don't. But you missing. I don't think Andy Dalton should be getting paid $96 million either.
But he is.
It's a stupid reason. I don't think he should be. But then again, I don't. That's why I don't think Dak Prescott should be either. It's dumb. It's dumb that he is. But and don't be surprised after this year, Sam Darnold is better than Dak Prescott.
I'll tell you this. Well, you know what? I want to see that. I want to see that happen.
I think Sam Darnold is going to be the one that runs that division in a year or two.
In AFC East?
The AFC East, yeah. He will be running that division.
Listen, Tom Brady might play a couple more seasons too.
Yeah, but Darnold's good, and Brady's getting old, man.
Darnold's good after one season, by the way.
I know. I'm saying he's good as he's gonna get better. I saw a lot of positives from him. I think he's gonna be better. And I do think he's gonna end up better than Dak Prescott after this year.
Deshaun Watson, we don't know how he's gonna be. Patrick Mahomes, I think he's good. We don't know how he's gonna be. We've seen times where we look good in your first season, and then after that, things change.
Yeah, but tell me the last rookie to throw 50 touchdowns.
I agree.
And go for what, 5,000 yards?
I agree. I'm just saying, the second season, it matters. The second season, the sophomore slump is a thing. Can we agree on that?
And he got the Madden curse, man. That's not good.
Exactly.
And he got the Madden curse.
Exactly.
That's terrible.
Nobody's talking about it either.
He might throw for like 200 yards this year, like 50
and not only that, people are aware of Patrick Mahomes now. He's on everybody's radar.
Yes.
Going into the second season.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I'm not expecting him to do what he did last year. That was a 1 year, one thing.
No, of course not.
But I do think he's gonna be. I think that division is pretty much against the Chiefs to lose, and I do think that they probably 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't be surprised if people say they're gonna get to the AFC Championship.
Let me ask you this: do the Cowboys win that division again? For the second?
No.
Eagles.
I do like the Eagles this year, but I do think it will come down to between the Eagles and the Cowboys the last 2-3 weeks. I do think that.
I think just like last year, the Cowboys edge them out.
It depends on how Carson Wentz comes back. If he comes back like the old Carson Wentz before the injury, then I do think it's the Eagles to lose because they do have a very good team. But if you're telling me with that Cowboys defense that the Cowboys win the division, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Especially if they have Zeke too, I wouldn't be surprised.
If Dak Prescott leads his team to another playoff, another playoff contender, will you give him his flowers?
What does he do in the playoffs? If he goes in there and loses in the wild card and looks like shit, no. The hell doesn't mean anything then. You made the wild card round.
No, I'm talking about him winning the division and moving forward.
Hey, if he gets it to like the NFC championship or NFC division round and he plays really good both games and I'm actually like, wow, the guy's playing very good. Yeah. I'd say he played phenomenal. I wouldn't deny it. But if he wins the division and then goes to the wild card. Now, I said that wrong. If he wins the division by a lot and it's just one game, in football, one game, anything can happen, especially in the playoffs. And it just so happens he plays good and the team loses and they had a really good year, I'll give it to him. But if they barely make it in and they get the wild card seed and they get the wild card and they lose and he looks like shit, no, I'm not going to give him any credit.
If he also improves in yards and completions and QBR ratings, we give him his flowers.
Sure.
Okay. All right. I just want you to give some type of praise, some type of hope towards Dak Prescott because I have it. I appreciate Dak Prescott.
Man, I can't stand him.
You're just a hater. I don't appreciate anything.
I really can't stand him.
And we do agree. Do you think that Ezekiel Elliott plays week 1?
Yeah, I really do. I think this gets done within the next. I wouldn't be surprised. I wake up tomorrow morning and I get a notification saying that he signed.
Apparently, I'm looking here. Apparently, he's going to be in Dallas in case it gets done.
Yeah, I heard that he flew in after training with Marshall Faulk for 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, I agree. I do think Ezekiel Elliott eventually plays week 1. It may not. The deal may not get done tonight or tomorrow, but I think before Sunday he will get a deal done.
I think it has to be done within the end of Wednesday night for him to be allowed to play, because I think they report for week 1 preparations tomorrow. So
You're
I think
right,
it has to be done within the next couple hours.
You're right. Yeah.
All right. So what's the next topic we must discuss?
Man, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this AFC South, man. I had a conversation earlier with a friend of mine's, and I was talking about how, this AFC South, man, it's so unpredictable. You don't know where it's gonna go.
You're right. Yeah, absolutely right.
We got the
news that's just happened coming out of that.
Yeah, man. We got the bombshell news that Andrew Luck decided to retire, call it quits.
I gotta get something off my chest about this with the Colts fans.
Go ahead.
The Colts fans pissed me the hell off.
I agree.
When I think it was week 2, week 3 when he announced it, and he was at the game, and the game's over, and he's walking off, and all the fans are booing. I was absolutely infuriated with that. How are you going to boo the guy who literally put his heart and soul into this team, literally rebuilt it after that freaking terrible season after Peyton Manning left? And the Colts looked like the worst team in football at that time. They looked like the joke of football, and he brought them back, gave him, 8 years of just phenomenal quarterback. He was arguably a top 5 quarterback a year into his career.
Agree.
And you're going to boo the guy because he just can't go no more? Like, do these people understand that football, you're getting hit? He's consistently getting hit by a 300-plus pound guy running full speed at him for 16 games out of every year, right? It's going to catch up to you. It's going to hurt you. And to be honest, good for Andrew Luck. He realized that this game is not the most important thing. His health is. And he doesn't want to get killed out there or be like one of the guys after football that they have crazy brain problems because of that. And I respect it. He had a great career, and he went on his own terms. I completely respect that. And for the Colts fans that booed him, honestly, go fuck yourself. It's simple as that. Honestly. Because what the hell are you doing?
You heard from Sergio.
I don't get it. I really don't understand it.
Somebody brought up to me like NFL fans could be the worst in ways where they're too loyal, too die hard for their teams.
I agree with you. Yes.
Which you showed on several times, but you don't show it to that extent. You don't. Nah. If Eli Manning was to retire tomorrow, you wouldn't throw a fit like that or disrespect the guy.
No.
Especially on the day that he retires and it's an emotional moment and stuff like that. He just hit up the blues and it was rough, man.
It was bad, man. It was really bad. But how do you think this affects the Colts now? Where does this change your expectations drastically, or do you still expect them to compete in the South?
I don't know, man. It's tough. With Andrew Luck last year, they got into the playoffs, which seemed like a while. They weren't in it 2017. This season, last season they were. So I thought originally, Andrew Luck's going to go back to the playoffs again. Now with that Andrew Luck, I'd have my doubts.
I was honestly thinking they were going to compete for a Super Bowl. I thought with Andrew Luck, you didn't think with Andrew Luck there they wouldn't compete for a Super Bowl?
No, I thought they'll get into the playoffs and maybe win the division. I didn't think they'll win Super Bowl.
I mean, obviously I did think it was going to be between them and the Texans for the division. I did think they were the favorite with Andrew Luck because I do think Andrew Luck's a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson right now. Yeah. I did think Watson eventually could surpass Luck, but that was in the future.
Yep.
They have a very improved defense, and defense has always been improving. They had a great that T.Y. Hilton Andrew Luck connection was deadly. It was. That was one of the best 1-2 punches in the game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been surprised if they at least made a run for the AFC Championship. Like, if you were to tell me the championship comes up and it's between the Colts and name another team, I would have been like, you know what? I'm not surprised the Colts are there. Absolutely not.
You know what? It's interesting to me. I have family that I talk to about Andrew Luck, and I say, oh, how you feel about Andrew Luck? And they say, oh, well, he didn't really wow me. He didn't really do anything for me. I wasn't really watching Andrew Luck. And I was like, really? Because he pretty much gave you exciting games. Like my favorite Andrew Luck memory is a playoff game against the Chiefs, and the Colts are down by like a large amount, like 28 points or whatever, and in the second half the Colts just go off, led by Andrew Luck.
Wasn't this last year's game?
No. It was maybe 2016, 2015, and no, it was the AFC division playoff game, wild card.
Oh, was that the one with when Alex Smith? That was
yes.
Yeah, I remember that game, and he came back and he had a phenomenal second half. I remember that. His second half game that was phenomenal. Yeah.
I believe it was 2013. 2013, yeah.
Well, the Colts definitely should and at least have been competing, but I mean, with Brissett now, and I do think that Brissett isn't really going to be the one that leads that team, man. Brissett's not the guy to lead that team.
Oh, I think Sergey. I think we were out for a second there.
Yeah, you cut out, so I just tried to cover it.
No, I think we both were out. Can you hear me that entire time?
No, I didn't hear you.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Well, so
anyway.
Do you think Brissett is the guy that obviously not to compete for a Super Bowl? I don't think he's going to go that far. But you think he can at least keep the Colts in the division?
I don't know. It's the Colts are such an unknown commodity right now because you don't know how Jacoby Brissett's going to respond. You don't know if he's ready at this point. They brought in Brian Hoyer as well.
I like that sign, to be honest. I think that was a good backup player, kind of like a safety net, saying Brissett just blows up and just implodes. I think Hoyer's a nice backup. Just throw him in. You know what you're going to get from him. He's been in our league for so long. You know exactly what he's going to do. But
that also tells me that they don't really have the confidence in Jacoby.
So
it's hard. It's really, really hard. Plus, look at the Houston Texans and what they've been doing low key.
I gotta ask you this: What do you understand this trade with Clowney? I don't get the trade. I don't.
Well, I mean, he didn't want to play. He didn't want to play for the Texans. It's simple.
Yeah, but you get back a third round and 2 players. I didn't hear what the players were, but
then I got the stats here. We also lost Lamar Miller.
That too. That's a big. I think that's an even bigger loss because that just really messes up the offensive tempo. But I do think. Man, I was really looking forward to that J.J. Watt-Clowney mixture again.
Well, I mean, if your guy doesn't want to play for you, what can you do? But there's nothing you can do about it.
No, you're absolutely right. But, I mean, the Seahawks, really? The Seahawks?
So let me say, let's look off of here what they've done. They traded Javon Clowney for Barkevious Mingo and Jake Martin. Offensive line.
Okay. They're trying to bolster the offensive line. Okay, I understand that.
Okay. They also that was the trade.
They didn't get a draft pick back?
No. They didn't get a draft pick back. Actually, they traded some draft picks away, actually. When you look at what also happened was they made a trade for this is a big one I thought to me was Remy Tinsley.
Oh, yeah. That's the guy. That's the guy that you didn't hear about him with Miami.
That's exactly, yeah.
But did you hear what the players in Miami said in the locker room?
Oh, they said it was going to revolt if they traded.
They traded Tinsley. That was hilarious.
You heard nothing since. So,
yeah, it was so bullshit.
So I don't know what was up with that. But yeah, they invested in. They got Remy Tinsley. They got Kenny Stills as a wide receiver.
I did like that pickup.
They traded away some defensive players in the first round pick, 2020 first round pick, a 2021 first round pick, a 2022 second round pick. So
they don't get a draft pick back from Seattle though. From that, you're gonna give all those draft picks away why not get something back from Seattle? You know what I mean?
Well, they got it from Miami. They got some from Miami, but yeah, they didn't get anything from Seattle. However, I will say this though. It seems like they're really investing into that offensive line and to that offense more so than anything.
You know what? No, you want to know what that tells you even more than that? They're terrified of Deshaun Watson getting hurt again. So they're going to put as many good offensive linemen in front of him so he doesn't get hit as much now. That's exactly what it's done. They're terrified of Watson freaking popping his ACL or something, and they have to deal with that. Because, I mean, why else would you give away? You probably are arguably your second best defensive player, and then you're just training for offensive lineman. You don't get anything about that back. That's just telling me all you care about right now is Watson's coming. Watson's back. He's fully healthy. He's good he's starting off the year. They're trying to do everything they possibly can not for him not to get hurt. They're trying to put as much protection around him.
I'm gonna defend the Texans here. I also think with Clowney, he was good last season. We talked about those times. Me and you talked off air about, was Clowney really the right choice as a pick? Where he got drafted at?
No, I usually say give it time, but I don't think he should have gotten picked that high.
Yeah.
First round, yeah, I agree. First round, but the number one overall pick, mind you, coming out of college, the guy was just electric. He was game changing. Obviously, hasn't transcended into the NFL completely like it did.
No, not at all.
But it was nice to see him on one side and J.J. Watt on the other side. It was nice for the couple games that they played together.
Yeah, it's just the fact that again, he doesn't want to play there, and Clowney, as good as he was last season, he improved. The last other seasons, he was an afterthought for the most part.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
So if they're getting rid of Clowney and then investing into the offensive line, like you said, protecting Deshaun Watson, and honestly, in that conference, you need a high-power offense.
You're right. So what would be what's a bigger loss to you then? Losing Clowney or losing Lamar Miller?
Lamar Miller.
Think that's a bigger loss?
Yes.
Why?
Because when I look at, I still have faith in J.J. Watt as a defense. I think he can lead that defense. And if I'm not mistaken, they were ranked 12th in defense. Yeah, they were ranked 12th in defense last season. So hopefully they can replicate that. But when you look at their offense, they were ranked 15. And in that conference, you need a high-powered offense.
You do.
You need a high-powered, and they did not have that last season.
Well, now they don't need a high-powered offense. Now they don't, because look at the rest of the team. Colts, not a high-powered offense now.
Yeah.
The Titans and Jags are going to be fighting, in my opinion. Probably Jags are going to be fighting for probably one of the worst teams in the league. I don't think that's going to work out.
I'll say my opinion for that one later.
The Titans, I think Mariota's done, so I don't think that's another team that's going to be competing for the division. So right now, it's been the last couple, not last year, but a couple years before that. This has been the division, the Texans' division to lose. There's no team competing there that I see that's like the Texans are going to struggle with this team, or this team can put a fight with the Texans. There's not one team there that I think that could do that. I'm not thinking it from the perspective of just that division. I'm thinking the AFC overall. Oh, in the AFC, yes, they do need
overall, they're going to need a better offense. They're going to get into probably winning that division. It's after that they need to work on.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And if you think about it, they're going to be facing teams like the Chiefs, like the Chargers, most likely.
Exactly.
The Patriots, teams that are going to put
the
up
Browns.
The Browns. Teams are going to put up 30 points, 40 points, and 9 times out of 10, you can't stop them from doing that. You're going to have to just keep up with them, and hopefully your defense gets that one big stop where you could just put up 3 more points than them that work out.
Hold on, Sergio. Keep talking. I'm just going to fix this lighting over here.
No problem. But I do think that with this offense that the Texans have, Deshaun Watson has a lot to prove this year. He's coming off he had a phenomenal start to his career, gets injured. He comes back, and I was saying Deshaun Watson, he has a lot to prove this year. He has a lot to prove with him having a great start to his career, then getting injured.
Yeah.
And now he comes back. he came back and didn't look phenomenal. You know,
Yeah.
this is the year he's going to have to show that all that hype he had in Clemson coming out of college, you know, all that hype he got the first couple games he played it before he got injured, it wasn't just bullshit. He has to prove that this is who he is. I think it is. I think he's going to show this year that he's arguably going to be in the future a top 10, even maybe top 5 quarterback. Obviously, right now he's not, but I think this year is the year that he shows that he has that potential if he keeps growing to reach that type of level of play that they have.
Yes, he now has the offense to kind of help him out there. Again, they lost Lamar Miller, but they got Duke Johnson, who was disgruntled with the Browns over, picking up their running backs, and now he's with the Texans. We can prove himself, so
and
he has something to prove there.
He definitely has people to throw to with Hopkins, with Stills, with Fuller there. Yeah. He has people to throw to. It's not like he has nobodies out there. It just, you know what I'm scared of for Deshaun Watson? I'm scared to see if he doesn't get in the mind that he's just going to be a throwing quarterback, because that's not what he is. He could run too, and I hope he doesn't get scared to run because of that injury. I hope that he just goes out there and plays the game, because I do think he's probably going to be arguably one of the better quarterbacks in that league, in the AFC. I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of the better ones there.
Yeah, and just go back on our theory with Deshaun Watson, you have Senso there now to help him.
Yes, absolutely. And
who's one of the best left tackles, in the league right now.
It's gonna help. He's gonna have, but I just really don't want him to end up being just a pocket passer, because that's not his strength.
I agree.
He's a good passer, but he's a good passer because he could base his passing right off his running too. So you have to always have someone on him.
Let me ask you this, Sergio.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you talk about. I want you to reiterate it again. Do you think Houston wins the division?
Yes. I think it's their division to lose.
I agree with that. I'm not sold on the Texans winning the division yet. My heart still says, my mind still says, the Jaguars may sneak in there. The Colts are no longer the favorite in that division.
You're right.
The Titans are not the favorite in that division. The Jaguars may sneak in there.
It really just depends if this Nick Foles magic shit that he has isn't just when he's in Philly. Like, it really determines if he could play when he's outside of Philly, when it's his whatchamacallit to lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You also got Fournette back too.
That's a big one, man.
Yeah,
I like Fournette too. I like Fournette a lot, but what my problem with them was last couple of years is they became very run dependent, and I don't blame them. I mean, they had freaking Bortles as their quarterback, who you never want him to touch a football unless it's to pass it to Fournette.
Right.
But they became very run dependent, and I think that's why they couldn't repeat what they did in the playoffs the year before that, because now everyone's like, "Yo, let Blake Bortles throw it. Let him beat us. We're gonna stack the box, and Fournette's gonna get 40 yards with 20 touches." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do think Nick Foles being on that team, it does add a lot to that team and what they can do. I think now there's confidence in him, controlling the ball, and he has great ball control as well, leading a team down the stretch. At least with the Eagles. Now we got to see what he does with the Jaguars.
It's not the same team. It's not.
No, it's not.
He's not having that same good offensive line. He's not having those same great receivers on the outside, like Aguilar or the guy from Chicago that they got from Chicago, Alshon Jeffries. I mean, he doesn't have those on the outside now. He's gonna have to figure a way to win with Fournette, a phenomenal running back, top. That's a running back, arguably, that could compete with Zeke.
Yeah,
Fournette. People really forget that just because he's in Jacksonville and they suck every year. But people forget Fournette could really run the ball.
Let me ask you this. I saw this on ESPN and whatnot. Top 5 running backs right now. In terms of criteria is their importance to their team. What they do for the team.
Gurley.
Okay.
Zeke. Okay. Saquon.
Okay.
See, I would have said Kareem Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
if he was still on the Browns, on the Chiefs. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how he's going to be utilized on the Browns, and we don't find out for another 6 weeks. So
Yep.
I'm going to keep him out. I have to put Fournette in there. I really do.
At 5?
There's David Johnson. You have to consider the guy always puts numbers up. You know what it is? Fifth for me is like the quarterbacks. It's always revolving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like remember a couple years ago when it was Peyton, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and basically and Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, okay.
And those are like the top 4, or Andrew Luck, not Andrew Luck, Aaron Rodgers. I mean,
yeah.
And those are like the 4 or 5 that it was always locked in every year going in. Those are the best quarterbacks in football. And then the spot right after them, the 5th spot, the 6th spot, was always rotating from whoever had a better year the year before. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think the running backs now are becoming the same way because there's such an abundance of running backs. There's such an abundance of them now. Like every team has to have a good running back now. You know what I mean?
I agree.
No team can just have decent running backs or running backs that they'll get you 50, 60 yards. You need running backs out there that are going to put numbers up there because that's what this is now. You know what I mean? This is what the league has become. It's become you need your really good running backs. You need your really good quarterbacks. You need every skill position. You have to have a really, really good one if you're willing to compete. You're not going to make these long runs in the playoffs with mediocre teams, mediocre players at your skill position. Not anymore. Oh, and how can I forget Christian McCaffrey too?
It's crazy, and I think you could interchange that. Honestly, with me, Le'Veon Bell is still out of the mix, and when you talk about top 5.
I would normally agree with you 100%. I would normally agree with what you're saying. Yeah. That 1 year killed me, man. That 1 year really took me off putting him in that conversation.
You still got, I think, the underrated running back in that conversation is Alvin Kamara.
I think
not only could he run the ball, he could also
catch the ball at the back.
Exactly, which is a lot for that offense.
If under those, I think McCaffrey's would probably. I could see an argument for McCaffrey being one of the top 3 running backs in the game.
I agree.
The guy just does everything. The guy catches the ball out the backfield better. He's probably the best ball catching running back in football. I think he's better than Kamara.
Who's more important, Zeke or Saquon?
Saquon.
I agree. My top 5 would be Todd Gurley, Saquon, Zeke, and then 4 and 5 gets Lard. My 5 is Kamara, and then 4.
4 and 5 switch with you, right? They just switches with you.
For me, you have to put McCaffrey.
I agree.
Because you don't know where Le'Veon Bell is at right now.
I say Saquon over Zeke though, because
I agree.
If you take out Zeke, they still have a good defense. They still, even though I don't like Dak, and obviously we've covered that, they still have a quarterback that, you're not sitting there wondering who the hell is your quarterback. Whereas in the Giants, Saquon, you take Saquon out, what do they have?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I would put Saquon over Zeke. But honestly, you can never argue with McCaffrey being in the top 5. You can't.
No, not at all.
You can't argue Kamara either because the guy is. I do think though this year Kamara is like his telling year. This is the year because he's going to be he's supposed to be the number 1 back this year, right? That's what I've been hearing. So this is the year he's going to be where all the running loads most likely going to be on him. He's going to be the one obviously catching out the backfield. This is where he's going to show it. He doesn't have freaking Devontae Freeman anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, not Freeman, Ingram. I mean, he doesn't have really anyone else now. It's running back. It's you. You're the number 1. You're going to be the one that gets all the touches now. Can he do that? And I do think he can. I'm not saying he can't. I really do think he can keep it up. But this is the year that he has to show that he arguably a top 5 running back.
And I'll say this is my bold prediction looking into the season. We're about to be in week 1 in 2 days, Bears and Packers. My prediction is I think Saquon Barkley becomes the number 1 running back in the league.
Oh, man, I freaking wish. I hope so.
That's my bold prediction. I think he becomes number 1. I think he beats out Zeke. It was close last year.
It was. Yeah, right.
So I could definitely see Saquon Barkley improving on his second year, and really doing it, really being that top running back in the league.
Quick note too.
Yeah.
I think the Bears are going to be really good this year, man.
I agree.
I think the Bears are going to be extremely scary team to face.
I agree.
That team, that defense is with Khalil Mack, man, there with that defense again. I think Trubisky's going to just step it up again. This team is going to be a scary team where they're going to be fighting for that Super Bowl spot, for that NFC Championship spot. They're going to be a team speed to.
Think about it. Khalil Mack pretty much came in right at the start of the season. So
and
now with a training camp and camaraderie after one season, I expect that defense to be even better.
And they're hungry. They're going to be starving after that bullshit that they pulled in the wild card game.
Yes, it was.
The missed field goal.
Yeah.
They're going to be hungry. They're going to be coming out. They have a lot to prove this year.
All right, let me do some quick notes, some quick hot takes, okay?
Okay.
Josh Gordon, what do you think him being with the Patriots, what do you think that does?
Helps him a lot. I really like him. I really thought that when he was playing, he was one of the best wide receivers.
Okay, I agree. Week 1, what is the game to watch?
Game to watch week 1, honestly, Bears Packers, and Bears Packers or probably Cowboys Giants. And to me, those are the 2 games I really want to see.
I'm really interested in that Chiefs game.
I think you know what it is. To me, it's Bears Packers, and I think it's more important because it's Bears Packers, man. It's the history there. You know, this is going to show. This is going to be the year that you see if Aaron Rodgers is actually going to be able to carry his team. Because he hasn't really. He's had great years.
Yeah.
But I mean, and mind you, the team sucks. But this is the team. I think this is the year that Aaron Rodgers is going to be like, listen, we're going to have to do something about this. If he does bad this year, I wouldn't be surprised if Rodgers just like, listen, I'm either done or you're going to fix this.
Yeah, my choice is Chiefs Jaguars just off the fact it's Nick Foles' first game of the regular season as a Jaguars. And it's Patrick Mahomes, second season, sophomore season. I want to see where they're at. I want to see if Nick Foles can turn his team around and make this legit contender for win the division like I think they can. And I want to see where Patrick Mahomes is. Can Patrick Mahomes repeat the same match he had last season?
I agree.
So that's pretty much it. We pretty much covered everything that we have on the list, man.
Man, great show, man. Great.
Yeah. Not even an hour. Now we're an hour into it. They're pretty good.
We covered a lot too.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think after this week we're gonna have a lot more to talk about.
Yeah, we are. We may go a lot to talk about. We might go over an hour, but that's okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Man.
It's okay when we blow off steam because both our teams go 0-1 after week 1.
I have high hope. I have hope.
I don't
know about you.
Who are you guys facing this week?
I don't know.
You don't. Yeah, you have high hope. You even know who the hell you're facing.
I don't know.
The Cowboys, and I am all.
Shut up! I'll look for it right now.
I am 100% sold. If Zeke plays this Sunday, he goes for 150 yards because he's gonna destroy our defense. Oh my God.
We have Broncos. That's a good win.
Joe Flacco throwing for 400 yards.
That's a good win.
That's
a good win. We got that. That's a good win. You know what that's called? That's getting your feet wet. Getting your feet wet.
That's so 0-1 for both of us. We're gonna come back next week and we're be like, yeah. So our seasons are over and we gotta jump on a new team.
Hold on. I actually like my first 3 games. My first 3 games are not bad. I got the Broncos. The second one is not. Oh, no. No.
Who's the second one? Who's the
Chiefs? The Chiefs.
Yeah. Good luck.
Okay, that's that. You know what? That's call that a learning game. We learn about ourselves in that game.
Okay.
Game week 3 got Vikings. I like that. I'm not scared of the Vikings.
All right, the Giants, honestly, realistically, could go 2-1. We got
Okay.
Cowboys. I think we're gonna lose. We got the Bills, and then we got the Bucks.
You know what? That to me says 2-1.
Yeah, I think 2-1, and then we go on a really tough stretch. Then we go Redskins, Vikings, Patriots. That's what. That's 4-2 right there. Oh,
Jason Pierre-Paul is hurt too, right?
Yeah, pretty sure he is.
Yeah, so you're gonna be losing him as well on that defense.
No,
I don't know, man.
No, I think we got. I'm pretty sure we got rid of Jason Pierre-Paul.
I think you still have him.
I could have swore we got rid of him. Yeah, he's on the whatchamacallit. He's on the Bucks. I thought we got rid of him.
I don't know, man. I thought he was still on your team.
Bro, he blew his freaking hand off, and we're like, we don't.
What you guys allowed him to do? By the way, you enabled that.
No one told him to hold the firecracker. Okay, no, you have to be an idiot, man. Listen, if you light a firecracker and you go, all right, it's not gonna blow up now, and then your hand blows off, and you're like, yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's like saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to put a gun here. If I pull a button, I'm not. Come on, bro. You know what's going to happen if you It's common sense. He doesn't have it.
It's one of those things we just say, yep, that's a Giants for you.
Yeah. Oh, man. You don't understand the pain.
That's a Giant.
That's literally us. First, we get Plexico shooting himself in the freaking thigh. Now we got JPP blowing his hand up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, it's the pain. It's a Giants. It's a Giants. It's okay. We understand. We get it. I lived through this. I accepted it in my fate that we like to sign the dummies that are just really good at football. That's what we like to do. It's okay though.
Yeah. Well, us Raiders, we never quit. We never surrender. We keep going strong. And have you seen last thing? Have you seen the Hard Knocks thing so far?
I didn't get to, but I heard it's been hilarious with.
It has been great. It has been
I've
fantastic.
Heard it's been great TV to watch. Like that's a great time.
The best Hard Knocks season I've seen in a long time.
There was one. I forget who it was. I think it was
Browns was last year.
The Browns was a funny one last year with what's his face screaming at everyone with Jarvis. Who was it? Jarvis Landry last year? No.
Yeah.
No, who was the one on the Browns last year that was screaming at everyone because they sucked at after practice, and he goes, if you guys are okay with losing, then this is why we suck, and he just started going off on the wide receiving core. I saw that and I was cracking up.
John Gruden is a gym. He's a gym. He's a gym. And you know what? I may be starting to see the vision now. It may be just a little Hard Knocks to speak about the curtain, but I'm starting to see the vision. I'm looking at the preseason game.
Watching Hard Knocks. Do you see what they're trying to do? Are you like encouraged by what they're doing with the team?
Yes, I think they have faith in the Antonio Brown and Derek Carr connection.
Okay.
I think because they talk about how they wanted to play for a long time together and whatnot, and now they get to play together, and then there's camaraderie, and so that's promising. That they want to play with each other. There's a connection there. John Gruden, I love his intensity. I love where his coaching ability is at right now. He seems he really wants. He's not 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Mm-hmm. Looks like he's all in on this, and he's really taking it seriously. So that's really not concerning for me in terms of what he wants for this team. And then the defense. The defense, I like our first round pick.
Okay. So first 3 games, you think what? 2-1?
I think we're 2-1.
You got the Vikings third week, right? That's gonna be a big game for you. I think that's gonna be a big game early for you because I don't know what the Vikings are either so far this year.
Not at all.
So if they're a good team and they turn out to be a good team and you beat them, that's a very good sign for you.
Yeah.
I mean, winning the game in general, I think is going to be a good step for you. And obviously, I think for the Raiders to do anything this year, more than any other team, really, they need a good start. They need to have a good start.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? I think they're gonna have a guest here next week.
That's fine.
I think we may have a guest here next week. I have a Vikings/Eagles fan that may be, I want to hear what his thoughts on the Vikings are.
I'm all in. Bring him on.
Cause I definitely do want to see his perspectives.
He's an Eagles fan, you said?
He's an Eagles, and his son is on the Vikings as well. So that should be interesting to hear.
Oh man, Eagles fan.
an Eagles and Vikings fan. So
Vikings, I respect. I don't mind.
No, I don't. I don't either. I don't.
You don't like the Vikings?
No.
I don't hate them. I mean,
I don't hate them,
I can't dislike them or like them. They've done nothing in my lifetime, really. They've done nothing to me or anything in general in my lifetime. So there's just like a team. They're like, all right, whatever. They're just there.
Well, they're in my conference, so I automatically have to hate them.
Nah, I understand. Like the Eagles, I hate. I'm screw the Eagles, man. When they won, I was rooting for the Patriots so hard to beat them, man.
Which is unheard of for you.
Yeah, but I just didn't really want them to see them bring a title back into the division and not be the Giants, man.
Well, all right, man. This has been fun.
This has been a fun time, man.
Next week we have our official show. We're gonna have, hopefully the next week we'll have an official YouTube channel and an official social media and everything official, man. Everything official.
Yeah, preseason's over, man.
Preseason's over.
Regular season, man.
Time for the real thing. We'll get some guests on here soon. We'll get some guests. We'll get some special guests coming on here. Maybe some interviews and whatnot. So should be fun.
Should be fun. Should be a great time. Bring as many guests as you want.
All right, Sergio.
I'll chew them all up about how much better my team is.
All right, Sergio. This has been fun. It's time to get to the real deal next week.
I'm all in.
All right, man.
Have a great day.
Signing off. My name is Tyree Simon.
My name is Sergio Marquez.
And this has been our NFL discussion. Back for the real thing next week. Goodbye, guys.
Have a good one.
And we're out.
It's a good show, man.